Well, hello there, race fans, and welcome to Off Camera TV's coverage of the Sam Maxwell Customs ASRS Truck Series. Tonight, we are here at the Kentucky Speedway under the lights for the running of the Driven Designs Kentucky 113. We've got 75 laps on tap for tonight's action. Wrapping up a little bit of qualifying here. Provisional pole so far, looking for his second pole on the season. Michael Atkins Jr. at number 44, putting down a blistering time of 30.758. And the 01 Jared Mogard's been hot the last 3 weeks. 1-2 out of the last 3, sitting outside of row number 1. Joining me tonight is Katie Reed. And how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I missed you guys broadcasting on Sunday. You did a great job. I'm ready to get back into the action here with the ASRS. Man, these guys put on a great show for us, and Kentucky will be no different.
As we're wrapping up qualifying, the top 20 drivers in points are locked into the show each and every week here in the Sam Maxwell Customs Truck Series. Drivers failing to qualify tonight: the number 60 Josh Walker, the 5 of Scott Haller, and the 45 of Zach Calloway. Last guy going to take a provisional, Alex Geese, the 77. We're used to seeing him towards the front in most of these races. Don't know if he's having a little bit of issues here tonight or what.
Yeah, not quite sure what's going on with him. His ping seems fine, so we'll see if maybe he's just determined to get a little action tonight. Who knows?
Well, we're here, 1.5 miles back to the bread and butter of these trucks. No break necessary unless you want to try to avoid some carnage in front of you. Looking at the series standings, we have a new leader atop of the standings. That's Brad Cross. 1 win on the year. 4 top 10s puts him 4 points ahead of Jim Foose and that 42 machine. Jason Stewart in third, 4 points behind Foose. And then Alan Young, 8 points behind Stewart. And then 2 behind him, Sam Maxwell in fifth, 18 points off the lead. We're looking for the top 8 heading into the New Hampshire Motor Speedway here in about 5-6 more races.
And I just want to go ahead and give you guys some weather updates. You guys saw the graphic on the screen. It is in the 80s right now for air and track temp. About 72 degrees, 72% of humidity. Sorry about that. Humidity seeming like a big thing at Kentucky as it is in most places in the South. And the wind has been a little gusty tonight, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, all practice and now into qualifying. So this will be interesting to see how it affects the trucks.
Yeah, I don't think it's really going to affect them that much. Probably a little bit down on power as more humidity, more moisture in the air leads to a little bit less of a mix in these in the fuel tank here. A little less horsepower, but the wind coming out of the northwest, that's probably going to be the biggest factor, especially when these trucks, get all bunched up and bumper to bumper heading through these turns.
Yeah, really the only driver active right now, we only have 10 seconds left in the session, is the 83 of Marcus Tracy, and he's already done his qualifying effort. He's just putting down some laps.
He wants to practice. Qualified 19th so far, and that is, exit stage left there for that 83 machine. We're going to load up here onto the starting grid and give that to you here in just a few short moments.
Yeah, and as they go up on the grid, I do want to make a point. There are some people that did not practice well that put up a crazy good time. I'm looking at specifically the 94 Kevin Mingus. He practiced in the 27th position, qualified in 7th. What an incredible pickup for him.
And not to mention the 43 Steve Bohala practiced 29th, up in the 11th position. And we're going to run down your starting grid here for the Driven Designs Kentucky 113. You got Michael Atkins Jr. on the pole with a 37.58. Jared Mogard, the 01 to his outside. with a 37.72, so not too far off of each other. And the 20, Devin Sarah, yet to come up onto the grid, but he was only 6/1000ths of a second behind our second place driver. 21, Scott Smith, going to start in fourth. Jamie Moore in the 27 truck going to roll off in fifth. Sam Maxwell, one of the top 5 in points, going to roll off in sixth. Kevin Mingus, as we mentioned earlier, is going to start in the 7th position. Pete Baskins in that number 3 car, going to roll off in the 8th spot. 9th went to Mitch Brown, and Tom Giannini going to round out your top 10. Steve Buhala with a great qualifying effort here tonight. He's going to roll off in the 11th position. Tim Knott in the 41 in 12th. Alan Young going to roll in 13th. The double deuce, Danny Rogers in 14th. Nathan Little, 15th. You have Seth Rawls in 16th, Jonathan Holstein 17th, Nick Kaufman 18th, Marcus Tracy in the 19th position, and Stephen Trombley, that's 78 UPS truck, going to roll off in the 20th position. Jason Stewart in 21st, Jim Foose going to qualify in the 22nd position, Lee Staples 23rd, 24th goes to Robbie Baskins, Brandon L. Smith in 25th. 26, Chris Titus, Sean Music in the 12 truck. Got a new team this week, going to roll off in the 27th position. Championship leader, Brad Cross in 28th. John Kennedy in the 89 machine, rolling in the 29th position. And Edward Bray is going to round out your top 30. Andy Diablo in the 97 and 31st. 32nd, Brian Chrisman. Brett Matthews, 33rd. Hunter Poston, 34th. Dominic Lee in 35th. And the 77 of Alex Geese is going to get the provisional for being in the top 20, going to roll in the 36th position.
Yeah, and it is worth mentioning that Devin Sarah, who has been a strong runner in this series, as we've seen in the 20 truck, he qualified 3rd, will not be allowed to start there during the drivers' meeting. He mistakenly decided to go back on track before the meeting was over and was given an EOL.
Wow. Well, 20 is going to have his work cut out for him. Definitely has a fast truck here tonight, but can he keep the fenders on it, making his way through the field? We're about to find out. Michael Atkins Jr. is going to have command of the field as a pace car. Going to head down to the safety of the pit lane here. And the green flag is out. We are underway here in Kentucky. Caution's immediately out.
Yeah.
We got a bad start on that.
Yep.
I believe the 20 did not get all the way back in time. A lot of black flags for a lot of people here. So we're going to try to re-rack the field here and get all of this.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I did not expect them to go green that time. It's such a short track here with 36 trucks. There was just no way people were going to be able to get in line where they needed to be with penalties. But yeah, I was very surprised that happened. Now everybody's got to slow back up without hitting each other. Let this pace car through, who's going at a steady pace right now.
Yeah, we're waiting for the pace car. The 44 is all the way into turn 3 now. Pace car is going to phase through a couple of people here. Make his take his sweet ass time to get up to the front of the field. Come on, pace car.
It really is. Good Lord. You always say the pace car is going slow, but he is going a brisk 60 right now. It's just so slow on this track. Oh, man. Now they've got to wave all these black flags, get everyone cleared, get them set back up. Luckily, they have a few laps to do it now.
I mean, to be honest with you, I know that he's already paid for the session and everything, but I would take the starting grid and just put Devin Sarah at the back and re-rack this in a new session. Because they're not going to be able to give everybody their correct position here, because you got the 20. He was in 3rd, so he's got to fall all the way back to the back of the field, and the whole inside line has got to come up at one position. And who knows, when the caution flag was thrown, there could have been a couple of trucks on the outside who already passed a couple trucks on the inside. Thus completely jumbling up the order.
Yeah. Very true. That is a very good point. And it came out almost wide as our leaders across the stripe there. So it was, so much drama going on already, and 2 laps in.
actually, it wasn't for him pulling out on track. It was talking during the driver's meeting. It's like
No,
kind
what
of
happened was he muted his driver's chat, so he couldn't hear when they pulled everyone into the pits for the driver's meeting, nor could he hear when they stopped talking. So he went back on track, and as we know in this series, if you stay on track or don't come in for the driver's meeting, you get an EOL for the start of the race, and that almost always messes up someone. And that's exactly what Jim Foose is talking about over the radio right now. It causes a lot of issues, and well, because of that, what in the world? Am I the only one seeing Michael Atkins Jr. getting a wave around?
I believe the whole front half of the field is going to get a wave around here.
Yeah, what in the world? I think at this point, if this is going to happen, we might need a new session. You're right. I didn't think it was going to be necessary.
Where is the pace car now?
This is not. What?
I'm going to just keep an eye on the pace car and just see how many people pass him.
Yeah, 22. Danny just passed him. That's 13, 14. 70 is in the 15th position. They are still coming. What in the world? Are they just going to let the whole field pass them? The whole field gets a wave around here. This is a very nice series.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I will concur with the 42 spotter.
22nd. People still, yeah, the whole field is literally getting a wave around at this point. Hang on, guys. They'll get this sorted. iRacing is a little confused right now. Sorry about this delay. We will get the race back on track at some point. All right.
Yep, they're too worried about dishing out the new UI to worry about these sneaking race sessions.
The last driver just passed the pace car. Michael Atkins Jr. is now called back up. And let's see, once we get everyone around, what happens. It looks like on the pace car, the lights are out. The lights are out on the pace car, and nobody is stacking up just yet.
Yeah, when they throw these caution flags, the admins do, it only adds one extra lap of caution. So,
so either
I think we're going to
throw another one.
I think we're going to start single file here.
What in the world? Now, under IndyCar rules, that's perfectly fine, but you almost need it with 36 trucks here. You have to go double wide. I don't know if I would like this if I were on that track. Especially if you're Devin Sarah, who I know was really him that caused the EOL, but man, that's gotta be tough. Though it's 75 laps here, and Kentucky's not a big track. Those laps will go down quickly.
Yeah, well.
Yes, Jim Foose, we hear you, bud. We know it's definitely an iRacing deal. iRacing screws up all the time.
Classic NASCAR start. Green flag back out into the air here. Michael Atkins going to have command of the field, and he's gone.
Ooh, we haven't seen this in years.
Yeah, that's actually kind of refreshing, to be honest with you.
Old school. Here we go. 44 out front. Can you guess he is single file already? 01 Jared Mogard trying to catch back up to him. Not quite going to get there, but there's really just not a lot of battle going on. Oh, here we go. The 47 out back. Nathan Little side by side with the 70 of Jonathan Holstein. This is for 14th on the track.
It's 47 running that inside lane. That's Chevrolet trying to get around that Staples Cadtech 70 of Holstein, who unfortunately had some issues last week. Had to miss it last week, and that dropped him pretty far in the standings. He was running top 5 in the standings, all the way out to first truck eliminated from the chase if it started today. So good to see him back out on the track and logging laps here with us, as we need to keep an eye on the 24. Alan Young already picking up 2 positions since the drop of the green flag, or the second green flag, if you will. Here comes Danny Rogers.
Yeah, Danny's trying to pick up a few spots here. Trying to get up through the field after everything that just happened there. Trying to gain that spot back from Alan Young, actually, after all that madness that just happened. Alan had to give up that position during the caution, so we'll see if Danny can gain that back. And it looks like he will.
Nice and clear in that Pilot J Chevrolet. Good to see his internet's working a lot better this week.
Oh, Jared Moore up front.
That battle for the lead here into turn one. Got Atkins Jr. trying to run that bottom lane. Mogard right in his tire tracks. They get a decent run coming off the turn. Going to maintain the gap about 1.5 truck lengths as they head off into 3.
I'm watching the 3-wide battle literally for the last 3 cars on the track. We're going to keep an eye on this the front end battle here, but it's worth noting that these drivers are already half a track behind. That's exactly what we were talking about with the single file restart. It just pushes everyone that much further back on the track.
Well, I can almost guarantee you we'll have a fair share of cautions here tonight. Here comes the battle for the lead. Mogard underneath the 44. Going to take that maxed out motorsports truck to the front of the field. Atkins going to try and get a crossover. Not going to be able to get the run that he wanted off of 4. New leader, Jared Mogard.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Jared getting 2 wins so far on the season, especially the most recent one last week.
Yeah, he has been on a tear since his quote-unquote vacation. And,
that lovely vacation he took.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple other drivers are taking it this week, but yeah, we're gonna put her out front and pull away from the 44. Looking back here, Sam Maxwell trying to get his way up to the back end of the 21 Fireball machine of Scott Smith.
Oh,
looking
got a
for
wreck on
66.
back, it looks like. Oh no, that's 12. No, the 12 is slowing down, but I believe the 80. I'm sorry, the 80 of Nick Kaufman. Nick Kaufman is the one that turned around. Oh, looks like he just got loose. Yep, clipped the apron out of turn 4 and spun himself around. After him. Oh no, he almost took a truck out there.
Ooh, that 30, Brad
25.
Cross. Oh, 25 did get involved as well. Chris Titus, that guy seems to have my kind of luck. That's no luck at all.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it was the 25 of Chris Titus, like you just said, who got a little bit of front end damage there. See if either of these guys can get that fixed and get back into the race. That puts them all the way in the back. Devin Serra was actually lapped at one point, so he will be the lucky dog winner. And that will put everyone back in the lead lap. Good to see.
Looking at about a good 6-7 lap run on them tires. We might see pit stops happening here, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of strategy we're looking at today. As the 01 does look like he's going to come down into the pit lane and bring all of the other leaders with him.
Well, if we had
33.
Carl Burke, I'd say this might be a good time to test 2 tires, but but we don't. We'll see if anybody else tries that strategy, as we do have a few takers staying out. I believe the first one in that group is the 33 of Tom Giannini.
Yeah, that Best Buy Toyota wants to lead himself a lap. Going to do it, get the extra bonus points. Trying to make it into the top 8. He's sitting 15th in the standings right now. 102 off of our leader in the standings, or for the championship. So he's got to put together a good stretch of about 5-6 races. And if he wants to get into the chase for the championship. Stephen Trombley also stayed out, as well as Robbie Baskins and Sean Music and that 12 truck.
Yeah, Tom Giannini has actually had just some rotten luck, like a lot of other drivers in this series. Has run great. He's had very decent runs, especially on the track. During the races, he can get up front and compete with top 5, top 10 most of the time, but just when it comes to finishing, like a lot of other drivers just can't quite get there.
Well, we'll see if he they take the old dip it back into pit road strategy here. The 12 is going to come in, but our top 3 going to be on 6-7 lap old tires. Ooh, who is that behind him? DHL, I believe that's the 18 of where is his name at? Dominic Lee.
Yeah, you are correct.
That's actually a pretty sharp ride. I'm not a big fan of yellow and red together for obvious reasons, but
I just
like
think
that.
of like the 4th of July and a hot dog. That's what comes to my mind. I'm thinking of ketchup and mustard. I don't know why. It's maybe, I don't know. Oh, man.
That's great.
Oh, looks like Steve Puhala receiving throughput. I'm not going to be able to finish this race unless he's able to reconnect.
That is no good. A great effort in qualifying. Didn't really lose all that many positions on track during that little stint that we had of green flag racing, but unfortunately the internet people don't like him.
Ooh, it looks like Kevin Mingus might be having a small disconnect as well. Oh, there we go. He's back. It shuffled him all the way back through the field by the time he came back, but luckily he held his position like you're supposed to, and it doesn't look like it's causing him any more issues. Yeah, speaking of the 4th of July, these guys actually have that weekend off. So we don't have another race for a couple of weeks here, Wes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the vacation, although my vacation, actually I start work, or should, because it looks like we have the green flag to open our local track up, so I'm going to be out there. Got a meeting on Friday, got to be out there Sunday for practice, Thursday for practice, which is my 5th wedding anniversary, and then next Sunday we're racing.
Hey, congrats to both. Happy anniversary. Happy early anniversary.
Thank you, thank you.
I just can't believe someone put up with you for 5 years.
That should have been with me for almost 10.
That poor woman.
This is just with the ring.
All right. Well, we're going to go back to green here. We'll see what these guys can put up with as they're going to go. Looks like, what in the world is Stephen Trumbley doing? He's on the 2nd row when he's in 2nd position. There we go. Starting to catch up.
What can Brown do for you?
Yeah, he can cause you to be late to the restart. That's what he can do.
They never deliver my packages on time anyway. I can see why. Here we go. We like to have fun, guys. So, pace car is going to head back off onto the pit road. Tom Giannini going to have this. He's gone. Green flag. Back out into the air here. 46. Did not get a good start. Robbie Baskins being assaulted by Jared Mokar in the rear bumper.
That's one way to put it. Well, top 3 are clear. Jared Mokar racing 44 is going to move up to the track and clear him off of 2. It looks like the 78 slow out of turn.
Fresh tires.
The run. The 1 is getting 3 wide.
Mokar shooting the gap in the middle. Going to take over 2nd spot in less than 300 feet. Here comes the 44. Atkins Jr. trying to follow him. And the 27, Jamie Moore. And that Detroit Chevrolet still 3 wide with the 46 and the 78. And almost into 44, getting into the turn, but going to take over that position. Here comes the 21, Scott Smith, around the 46. Just goes to show you, when we have a caution, you better be coming in and getting fresh rubbish.
Yeah, really. 78 is not able to hold it there. 3 wide out back. 48, 98, 46.
Mitch and Sam right there. Mitch in the tire ride, I believe, this week. Almost making it 4 wide with Mingus there in a Toyota. Sam Maxwell stuck in the middle.
Moving up. Yeah, that can get you here to the track. 46 not able to hold it down there on the bottom. He's going to have to let everyone go as he's already back to the 12th position. The 46 of Robbie Baskins is for the 98, 48 side by side. Caution out back. Oh, 42 of Tim Goose involved.
Oh, man.
Big wreck. It looked like, the 30 might have turned him. Yeah, the 30 turned him. Is that our 2 leaders? That is our 2 leaders in points.
Yeah, it looked like 42 just didn't know he was out there. Put the 30 into the wall and built Dynaco all over the track. 77 involved as well. Wow, some ARCA brakes. Holy ARCA brakes there, guy. Who are you? I'm going to highlight you. I believe that's the 69 Brett Matthews. Yeah. Holy ARCA brakes. He did get it slowed down, didn't hit anybody, so that's a good thing. The 12 and the 38 behind him did get involved with each other. 85? We got a lot of new faces out here. I believe Hunter Poston got a little piece of it as well.
And in fact, Brett
Wow.
Matthews was in the 85 last week, which is why I was confused by the numbers. He actually just switched to 69. These guys have changed numbers so many times. But it's glad that we can see these guys get settled in now as we have new drivers into the series.
Yeah, that was wow. Yeah, 38 got Crispin completely got drilled by music there. Lot of bent up sheet metal. Going to be a lot of angry folks here on pit road as our top two leaders in the championship take each other out on the backstretch here on lap 18.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that a little bit more, but it just looks to me like that could be considered a racing incident because it looked like one was moving down and one was moving up. I can't quite tell what was more in that direction, but either way, they're both taken out. They both got to move on from it.
Yeah, it's just probably, you know, spotter miscommunication. Some of these guys like to run their spotters to where I know I do. I run my spotter and my app.ini to where if they're like what is it, 2/1000ths or 1/1000th from getting to my back bumper, that's when I get the outside instead of, oh, they're there, then I get the outside or inside,
Gotcha.
or, you know, vice versa. So
That's smart.
the little bit of a quote unquote cheat, if you will, with the spotter pack is
So would it be considered cheating when I spot for something?
I don't know. I mean, you technically have as much delay as we do with these guys because these guys are about a split second ahead of us. So
Yeah, good point. It's you actually have a little bit better connection from your driver when you're actually spotting through the spot option than you do when you're spectating someone. If anybody didn't know that, that's a good tip to tell you. Make sure that if you're spotting someone, you go in as a spotter and not just as a spectator, because that delay is different.
seems like a smart call from a 33. He's still out front. Giannini, Mogard up to second. You got Michael Atkins in third right now. Jamie Moore up to fourth, and Scott Smith, your top five, rolling on lap 22 of the 75 scheduled here. So we're almost a third of the way through this race. But I'm thinking fresher tires are going to prevail here on this restart.
Yeah, I actually did want to highlight the 27 for a minute. That is Jamie Moore. He is new to the front of the field, and if not the front, really to the series. He's only run 3 races. One he didn't get to start. He tried to qualify, didn't make the field. The other 2 didn't get quite good finish as he wanted to. Did get an 11th at Rockingham, so he is looking for his first top 5 and first top 10.
Yeah, always good to see fresh faces out here, especially with this league. I mean, they put out a full field every week, so when new faces come out, you know, that's kind of like watching the young bucks in the trucks in the Xfinity series. You know, you see a new face. Who is this guy? And then some of them will perform like the 27 is and up towards the front pretty early in the race.
Yeah, and I mentioned this to you actually, I think before we went live, but the 93 of Travis McQuiston is not here, which is interesting because he has only run 2 races in this series, but those 2 were very good runs for him. Now the second one, he got taken out, but the first one, his first ever race, he won. So it's interesting that he's not here.
I was hearing he's been running with these guys off and on for a number of years now, and I believe that was his first start in the truck series, but he's been running with these guys for a while. So that's just what I've heard from my multiple sources out here throughout the field. Yeah, but yeah, pace car is getting ready to make his travels down the safety of Caution Road here, and Tom Giannini down and away, green flag, back out onto the racing surface. Good start from the 33.
It's an impressive jump, actually. We've got a battle for second already between the 44. Mike Atkins will be trying to make his way back up to the front after qualifying first. Jared Mogard, though, going to compete with him up top. Battle for second at the 27th, trying to give 44, a little push there. Got to be careful on these corners, though.
Almost some three wide action back here. With the, caution's back out again, looking for the wreck. Oh, the 25, the 80 involved, the 38 slow. Okay, 42 involved as well. 38 tried to come back up in front of the 42, and he got airborne. The 80 blown motor. Don't know if the 42.
Yeah, the 42 took so much damage. He hit the outside, he hit the inside wall. Sorry, got cleaned by the 80 of Nick Kaufman. So that 42 has so much damage on his truck right now.
Yeah, I must say, I don't think anything Pixar related on that truck is good luck.
No, no, apparently not. And I tell you what, the 25 of Chris Titus can't buy a break. Poor guy, he just gets taken out so many times, and you really hate to see that because he is a great driver. It's just not.
There goes the motor. Just Grenada getting on the pit lane, so the 25, unfortunately, not going to be able to rejoin our field out here. I believe Nick Kaufman is in the same boat with him for Maxed Out Motorsports. Just wow.
Yeah, it's crazy that our leaders, our point leaders, are getting involved, and we're getting close to the chase. It's not as if we're still early on in the season. These guys have to keep thinking of that.
Well, the gap between first and seventh, technically, because seventh and eighth are tied. Don't know how the tiebreaker is on that one, but it should go to the winner, or the one with the win. But it's only 37 points.
Yeah, that's one race.
Yeah, that's a race and
a lap led.
Yeah, racing a lap led. So, not that big of an advantage, but they do have an advantage over ninth place of almost 50 points. So that's basically 2 races. So the guys up in the top 8 they do have at least one mulligan in their back pocket. I would just hope especially with the likes of the 42 here, having a lot of damage very early in this race. Hopefully he can get back out there and not have to use that mulligan here tonight.
Yeah, still plenty of drivers on the lead lap, so he really needs to keep it out front as much as possible. Stay on that lead lap or stay, one lap down. Either way, he can still make up some spots if other drivers get taken out. I do want to mention, though, one driver has not pitted at all this race, and that is our leader, the 33 of Tom Donini, the only driver that hasn't brought it down. Looks like Jared Mogard's getting a little antsy back there. He's trying to play a few games here, it seems, but Jared likes to have fun. Looking up back through the field, we have some people that are making their way, gaining quite a bit of positions. Keeping an eye on the 23 of Brandon Smith, qualified 25th up to the 14th position, and even right behind him. The 97 truck, Andy Diablo, qualified 31st up to the 15th position. Great gain for him. A lot of these guys having a really good race. Checking in, you just saw his truck, the 20 of Devin Serra. He's trying to make his way back up through the field, not going as quickly as you might think. Devin's got plenty of time to get up there. You've got to get through these drivers. 49 laps to go here.
Yeah, he's got to get through these drivers and keep missing these wrecks because he was about involved in the last 2 of them. So,
yeah, really.
He's got to keep the front end of that Chevrolet clean if he even thinks about trying to make it at least back up to the top 10 before the night is through. Might see some pit strategy out of that truck as well as we're lining them up 2 by 2, getting ready to go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the first time we've seen pit strategy come into play to get someone all the way out back into the top 5, and it's worked out for them. So we'll see if it can work for the 20. He's going to have to keep, his head about himself, because if he gets into danger, it's just that much more he's got to deal with. keeping an eye on the 98 of Sam Maxwell. He's been trying to work his way up through the field, having to deal with a little bit of traffic, but really doing a great job.
Yeah, and he's been running good all year long as well. Had a couple of wins slip through his grasp. A couple of weeks of bad luck the last half of the season that we just ran. But he's doing a pretty good job in that 98 Sam Maxwell Custom Chevrolet. Keep an eye on him to remain towards this top 5 here in this race. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing again. That Best Buy Toyota still has the lead. Down and away, green flag, back out onto the racing surface.
Got a big jump by the 33 again, and he needs that. He doesn't have fresh tires, and a lot of other guys back behind the 01 going to get clear as well. 27, Fallon, 44. Look at Jamie Moore up on the top there, trying to get that position. Looks like the 44, Michael, will get the drive up off, but the 27 going to get the draft down the backstretch.
Yeah, a lot of momentum. 44 is going to force him a little high out of his line. 27 will have to come off of turn number 4 out of the racing crew just a little bit. 44 going to keep the advantage at the start-finish line. He's got him cleared, but here comes that 94. Kevin Minkus making his way up into the top 5 for the first time tonight. Underneath the 27 with a great drive. Has to back it off, though. Almost into the side of him. 21's going to have to avoid him, too. Scott Smith, evasive action to the outside of that 94.
And not only is he going to have to deal with that 21, but he's got side-by-side drivers behind him he's going to have to deal with. If he doesn't get back up to speed, looks like he's just able to do it up off the corner. Not going to get that position from the 21 as the 98 makes the pass on the 48 back behind him. And there's Sam Maxwell trying to make his way up into the top 5.
And look behind that 48, too. That Daniel Rogers. Oh, 94 almost into the 21.
I thought he was going to take him out. I thought he was going to take him out so bad. Great catch by the 94 of Kevin Mingus. The 98 going to dive down on the inside. See if he can make that pass. He will quite easily. 48 going to try and follow him through.
Yeah, battle for the lead-off turn for Mogard, making a power move to the inside, trying to get around Giannini. Now, he does have fresher tires than the 33, and Mogard's going to make short work of him. And here comes the 44 trying to take back the second position in the Sim Racing app Chevrolet. The patriotic scheme on it. He's probably going to run that for the rest of the year, he told me a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to say that is one of the sharpest looking trucks out here on the track right now. But new leader back out in front, Jared Mogard at 01, Maxed Out Motorsports Chevrolet.
Starting to get used to that image, it seems.
Yeah, black truck, pink numbers. Hey, let's go.
That's the way to do it. Out back, I'm watching the battle between the 24 of Alan Young and the 47 of Nathan Little. If you are familiar with our series here, you'll know that the 47 is a newcomer, but not to OCTV. We've called him in other series. The 46 go down in the 41. But Nathan Little doing a great job, going to get by that 23, and the 41 of Tim Knott, though, going to try and insert himself into the battle.
Yeah, that 41, he's kind of been, one of those mid-pack guys, almost to the inside of the 47 there, under one. Going to lose a little bit of positioning here as the 47's battled Brandon Smith in that 23 truck. Smith going to have the advantage on the high side during this drag race down the backstretch, but Nathan Little not giving up too much, going to gain the time, diving to the inside, but the 23 should have the momentum for the 47 not to clear off of 4. Actually, he's going to clear him, and here comes the 41, Tim Knott.
Yeah, you mentioned that patriotic scheme. I'm digging the 23 scheme here. Got that Navy paint scheme with that almost rugged American flag. Looking good. Trying to take that position. Going to be able to take it off at 47. Nathan Little not having the greatest of runs on turn 2.
He didn't have the greatest connections either. Started to blink out, and I'm glad I'm not prone to seizures.
23 almost looked like wasn't going to be able to clear him. 47 just clear. He can move on up. He's too ready to block him, but he's going to try and get a good turn off into that corner. The 41, 46 back behind him, still side by side. Robbie Baskin's trying to make his way in a few positions after losing so many, staying out early on.
Coming up here, battle for 6th position. The 48 and the 98 leaning on each other in 3 and 4. working off of the turn. That tide ride, he's gonna have a little bit of a right side damage if he keeps that up. Sam Maxwell still on the outside of that 48, gonna have a good run. Going to force the 48 to back off here, not get the run off the turn. 98 is going to clear the 48 and retake the 6th position. Back behind him, Danny Rogers, Double Deuce, Pilot J, Chevrolet, under fire from Kevin Mingus right now. Mingus doesn't know where he wants to go on that one as we just crossed the halfway point in the race. Pretty much now everybody's just about single file looking back through the field. Don't really see much and nothing happening except for back here looking around the 22nd position. The 66, the 3, and the 1 all battling for that 23rd position. Don't know what.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've had so many battles up front. We haven't had time to go back in the pack, but these guys really have been putting on a show. They've been 2-3 wide for a majority of this race back here, just trying to do all they can to earn just a few spots out back. Doing a great job as they go single file now, but you are correct. These guys just keeping the battles up as they finally go single file here. I do want to highlight someone we were just talking about. It's going to look like Danny Rogers is catching up to him. That was the 48 of Mitch Brown. The 48 has to be careful because he is right on the bubble. He is he'll for number 8 position in points, and that's important because the top 8 will move on into the chase. But Mitch Brown competing with the 98 of Sam Maxwell. Sam not having a win on the season, but Sam doing great with his runs. He is in 5th in the points.
48. He had a good run down the backstretch that last time, but had to back off there to set himself up for the turn. Looks like we have a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. That's the 42, Jim Foose. Very slow on the raceway, staying out of everybody's way. As we see Miss Brown and Danny Rogers get around him. Going to run that absolute high line. That 42 not exactly going to have a great points day unless a lot of misfortune befalls some of his competitors here out here tonight.
Yeah, I'll give it to him though. He is staying in it. He's trying to keep that truck on the track as long as he can. He is a little bit slow, but I don't see him putting himself into any danger, especially blocking anyone on the lead lap. So I'm all for him trying to gain some laps here. He is 3 laps down right now, trying to gain any positions he can as the 23 is going to pass him. 46, 24, all going down to the low side. Jim Foose in the 31st position, 3 laps down, and is actually in the lucky dog position, believe it or not. Everyone else is on the lead lap or completely out of the race.
Yeah, that's the way you gain respect out here as a lap car. Exactly what the 42 is doing. So good on Foose. Meanwhile, back behind him, he's getting ready to get into this battle. Tim Knott just passed Jonathan Holstein back for the 17th spot back here. Dominic Lee's making a tear through the field. Just got around John Kennedy, the 89. That 18 is moving on up. Started 35th on the night and has gained over half of his positions back.
Yeah, out back watching the 3 go side by side with the 02 of Seth Rawls. We actually haven't seen the 02 here on the track lately, so it's good to see him back trying to get up that battle. He's going to take that position from the 3 truck. That's going to move him up to the 23rd position as the 3 is going to decide to do a little bit of a crossover here.
And I'm digging that new era Detroit scheme he's got on that 3 truck. One thing I love about the series, these guys put on some really good. They dress the rides up pretty nice.
Ooh, looks like we had a little side by side 97 out front trying to get by the 42 Jim Foose. Oh, wide for a moment. I don't think the 89 saw that Jim Foose was up top. Thought the 97 was going to give him more room there.
Don't know, but we do have our leader getting, or not our former leader, Tom Giannini. This thing is just turning into a wad right now back here. Oh.
Ooh, watch out.
Yeah. 83. 3 wide. 3. 83-1. Speaking of 3s, 33. Giannini into pit lane right now. But a couple of these guys got to be careful, especially that one, Jason Stewart, 3rd in points right now. Back here in this little hornet's nest we have going on with a couple of these cars that I had to check up for the lap car of Jim Foose. Just a little bit of bad positioning for some of these guys. 83 really slow off. 02 into the side of him. Jason Stewart almost into him.
These guys got to be careful here. They are pushing it. The 83 trying to hang it up there on the top. Looks like the 78 will finally make a pass on both of those trucks. Nice job. Stephen Cromwell trying to make up some positions after staying out early on and losing all of them under the green flag. He's going to try and take that 23rd position from the 83 as he has the 02 almost pushing him through that corner.
Back up towards the front though, 21 Scott Smith under fire from the 98 of Sam Maxwell. Maxwell made it his way up into the top 5, trying to take away the 4th position from that Fireball Toyota. Mitch Brown and Danny Rogers right there on their tails, side by side themselves. Danny Rogers going to try to take over that position from the 48. Mitch Brown, I believe both of these trucks are previous winners on the schedule here. So there goes Sam Maxwell, and side by side behind the 21, ready to pounce the 22 and the 48.
I'm watching these drivers try and keep it clean on this track, and it's turning out to be tough once they put a lot of tires, a lot of laps on these tires here. Starting to fade away, not having nearly as much grip. They're getting very loose in these corners, and going 3 wide, it's going to be even more dangerous now.
Sure is. Got
I'm sure they would want more tires if they could.
Jared Mogard up here closing in on a couple of slow trucks on the racing surface. I believe the guy in front of him is one of them.
At this pack.
Brad
Sorry.
Cross.
Can we focus on the 02 of Seth Rawls? Look at this pack. The 70, the 33, the 78, the 83, the 66. All of these drivers you put under a blanket. It almost looked like Daytona for a moment there. They were so close to each other. I couldn't believe it. The 70, Jonathan Holstein not having the best racing, losing quite a few positions. Now the 02 trying to hold it off the corner. 66, Edward Bray going to the high side to take that spot.
And leader to pit road, Mogard on pit lane now. 25 to go. This time by from Michael Atkins Jr., who's going to retake the lead. Looks like not a lot of other takers here. I believe the 47 did come down. Nathan Little, yes, on pit road.
So did the 89 of John Kennedy.
And John Kennedy. And we're seeing Brad Cross coming down. The 44's in. The 27's coming in now.
Oh, 27.
Oh, jeez.
I thought he was almost going to take out that 44. Got to be careful. That makes our leader. The 98 of Sam Maxwell. Very well done. He will lead that lap. That is one more point for him.
Lee Staples on the pit. We got the 97 Andy Diablo coming into pit now. I believe Sam Maxwell is going to try and get that 98 down to the pit lane this time around. We're going to see if the 01 still retains his lead. He was up by about 2-3 seconds on the rest of the field.
21-48 bringing it in. That is second and third on the track, and the 98 brought it in as well.
Yeah, I believe he's got a speeding penalty. I can almost guarantee you that because he was locked up way after the line.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. As our new leader is the 22 of Danny Rogers. He did lead that lap, so that's another point for him. He's hitting the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. right now. The 44 is coming out of the pits here. Looks like the 22 slowing might bring it in this time. He's trying to get slow. There we go. He's going to bring it up off the track. That means the next leader is the 94 of Kevin Mingus, and what a run by the 94. He's staying out right now. Qualified 7th, is now leading the race, but only temporarily, as he's going to have to bring it in soon. And right behind him, you'll see the 01 of Jared Mogard passing the 46, and then it decides on a 94. Trying to hold it up off the corner. 94 is definitely going to have to bring it into the pits now. And the 01 officially has his lap back, so that'll work out for him. The precaution were to come out.
I'm trying to see where the 44. He is unlapped and in front of Mogard right now. So that's going to be the battle for the lead, I believe, coming around again. Dominic Lee led that last lap in front of Mingus. Robbie Baskins on pit lane.
About 3 seconds.
Oh, I see what we have here. Where it is, two-tire stop for the 44, Michael Atkins Jr. That's probably why he's in front of Jared Mogard. Doesn't look like that's going to pay off for him as Mogard is closing in fast.
You know who this almost worked out for? And in fact, did for just a little bit there, is the 33 of Tom Giannini. A reminder, that was his one pit stop of the night. Stayed out this entire time, and he's made his way up through the field because of it, and he's just getting his lap back now from the 18 of Dominic Lee. So put that 33 back on the lead lap into the 11th position, and I'm telling you that worked out perfectly for Tom Giannini.
Oh yeah, we're about to have a big kerfuddle here. The 1 and the 78 coming into pits now. Jason Stewart and Steven Trowley pitting from 4th and 5th position respectively. Edward Bray, Pete Baskins, Dominic Lee, and I believe Brett Matthews, Seth Rawls, and Jonathan Holstein still yet to bring their trucks into the attention of their crew. Once they do, it looks like Michael Atkins Jr. will retake the lead, but not for long over Mogard. He's got about 3 seconds on him right now. This is just...
Yeah, 3 wide was our leader. Good Lord. That 3, Pete Baskins trying to make his way back up and get a position here from the 66 of Edward Bray. This is for second on the track. So this is not quite the battle you were expecting up front after the green flag pit stops that have developed here. 18 of Dominic Lee still staying out.
I don't know when the last time he did come to pit on that last caution. Last caution on lap 20, caution was on lap 25, so he came in on 26, only wasted about a lap of fuel on the racetrack. They might make it on fuel, but I'm not sure these tires are going to hold up long enough for him to maintain his 22-second gap on Michael Atkins Jr. here. You can see that he's going to pass like he's staying still.
Yeah, really. You're absolutely right. He's crossing the line. 16 laps to go. I just don't think he can do it. Even if he can make it on fuel, even if he can stretch it, I mean, that's just, he's got Michael Atkins, just said he's already now down to 20 seconds back. So he's coming with a head of steam. I don't think Dominic Lee can hold on that long.
Yeah, I don't think he can either. Pete Baskins and Edward Bray back here, 3 wide with the 66, 24.94. 3 wide again with the 324.94. These boys aren't careful trying to get around these slower trucks. We're going to have a caution, and that's going to throw everything out the window with the quickness.
I just queued up the radio for the 18. Cannot make it. They will have to stop, as I expected. So he's just stretching it. I think he's just trying to maybe have the slowest pit stop or the quickest pit stop he can. I'm not quite sure what the thought process is there, but either way, the 18 of Dominic Lee is leading quite a few laps here. He's crossing the line with 8 laps led so far. Now 14 laps to go.
46 around. That is Robbie Baskins. That changes everything.
Yeah, got down on the apron. I'm not sure if he was trying to pit or not, but either way, he spun himself out of turn 4. And you're right, that changes a little bit of everything. 11 drivers were on the lead lap here. Look at Dominic Lee. Even if he decides to pit, which obviously he has to, he only loses 9 positions. And that's incredible. Nice little strategy here by the 18. The 3 of Pete Baskins, ironically, was about to come in when Robbie Baskins turned himself. So the 3 catching a break as well.
Yeah, and Baskin Vaughn's Motorsports rides. The 3 going to pit from the 2nd position, but decided to give up 2nd to Bray to try and come in. And about the time he started slowing down, that's when the yellow handkerchief came out. So I
think he's okay with giving that up.
Yeah, I think so too. But this is going to play directly into the 18's favor, because if the 44.01 want to retake the lead, they're going to have to.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I think what you were about to say is they're going to have to. I think they're going to bring it in. I really do. I mean, they could stay out and compete with these guys, but they have over 10 laps on their tires. That's a lot at this track. I have to believe that 44 might want to bring it in, especially the 01. But definitely top 3 have to come in. That is the 18 of Dominic Lee, who's already down. He is so far ahead of everyone else. Look at that. The 66 just hitting the line. The 3 following him through. The 44 is bringing it in. 01. 27. Oh, Jamie Moore staying out on the track. Jamie making it interesting here.
It's going to be a sit and duck. The 18's pretty much done with service. He's down and away. He's got to be careful of these guys coming into their pit, because he can get into them. 21 going to fit in right there behind the 18. Is more than likely going to win this race off pit road unless we see some 2-tire stops from our front runners here. But they're just now getting into their pit stall.
Just hit it. Look at this. Can you believe it? Look at the top 4 coming off the pit lane. The 18 of Dominic Lee, the 3 of Pete Baskins, the 66 of Edward Bray. My goodness. I cannot believe that these drivers were able to stay out. Incredible strategy here at Kentucky. And how about the 27 of Jamie Moore? I think you're absolutely right. I don't know why Jamie wouldn't bring it in. He was in a position to at least hold a top 10 here.
I really don't know.
He came in the same time as the 01 and the 44, so I mean, it's not as if he pitted right before that caution. He pitted around lap 52, which was about 10 laps ago. But hey, maybe he thinks we'll get a quick caution here. Who knows?
I mean, that's all well and possible, but got a lot of drivers out in front of them going to take this wave around. The 23, 64, 47, 24, 94, 41, 77, 97, 89, 83, 77, 69, 02's out here as well. I believe that's where it ends back here in the 27th position. So 13th through 27th, 14 trucks going to take that wave around. It's probably easier for me not to tell you who was taking wave around.
Yeah, you could have just said the top, the top 13 through 27 was taking wave around. Yeah, half the field was stuck a lap down because of how that caution fell and the 18 staying out. I mean, I cannot say enough how great of a strategy that was by the 18. The 18, although having a decent race, he was not a top 5 truck. Neither was the 3, neither was the 66. So you talk about strategy. We mentioned early on Devin Serra qualified in 3rd position, had to take an EOL. He had to use some strategy. Looks like he should have followed these guys.
Well, I mean, looking at it right now, I mean, Dominic Lee, he started mid-season, so he's not going to make the chase. But this could change the entire season for that 3 and Pete Baskins. He's sitting there 17th in points. Quite a ways away from the top. He hasn't exactly had a great year here. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s on the season, but
yeah,
he's got
109 points back from our leader. But most importantly, he is 72 points back from 8th. And I know that sounds like a lot, but 72 points can be made up if you have runs like this, and all of our top 8 drivers are having issues, like the 46 of Robbie Baskins, who is 7th in points. Robbie just spun and it helped out Pete Baskins.
Yeah, sure did. Just the nature of that spin. You know that wasn't intentional. You know they wouldn't have clipped the boy you're trying to get Truex into the chase. But
it just so happens that that's just the way it fell. And look, you take what you can get.
Yeah. You got to here, especially in this series. We're going to go green with 9 laps to go. We get a quick caution. We could potentially go back under green conditions, but we run about 4 or 5 laps. That's going to end the race.
Next flag ends it. You're right. Look at 01 and the 44 on the 3rd row. Here we go. Coming down to the green. Pace car is off. 27 of Jamie Moore restarting here. Going to get clear. Too wide for 2nd position. The 18-3 battling already before they even cross the line.
Yeah, pretty much. Look at the 01 drop down below the 44. He knows he's going to have to follow him to get to the front. 18 going to throw the block on the 44. Dominic Lee not wanting to surrender this race just quite yet. With that 44 and 01, they are some fast hot rods out here tonight. Pete Baskins being under attack from the 18.
Yeah, this is not what the 44 and 01 want to see. They don't want to see a roadblock. The 18 side by side in front of them. They need him to go single file so they can get by him easily.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the patience is going to start wearing thin here.
Ooh, here we go, 8 laps to go. The 27 is not pulling away either. 27 needs to put down some clean laps, but his tires are 10 laps long.
It was 18 around the outside. Pete Baskins going to shuffle back to third. Might have to try to take the high lane around, but not going to be able to get there. Mogard underneath him for fourth.
Yeah, the 3's got to cut off his line there, though.
Oh!
Take it to the high side.
Here you go, battle for the lead.
One's
on grass.
No caution yet.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's totally gone. Completely off the track. We got to focus back up front. Bumper to bumper, but this is incredible. The 33 Tom Giannini side by side with the 98 of Sam Maxwell. This is for 5th on the track. But look at that 18 of Dominic Lee.
Yeah, 18 trying to get his way around here and wants to get his first win ever in the ASRS Truck Series here. Sam Maxwell Customs Truck Series, excuse me. He's down there. 27 is going to try and cut his line off into the corner, going to go as high as possible. 18's got the position, but the 27 going to fight back on the outside. Getting real tight coming off the 2.
Yeah, the 18 really needs to get the pass made on the 27 because that 44 is coming.
Oh, he turns him! He turns him right in front of the 44. 18, everybody's still straight. Green flag still out in the air. No caution. Pete Baskins out in front by a ton.
Yeah, really. Looks like 3 seconds maybe. No, not 3. I'm sorry. I was getting a little overzealous there. About 1 second. I was looking back on the timeline.
Look who's in second.
Sam Maxwell.
Caution's out.
22, Danny Rogers spinning. That'll be the end of the race. Oh, the 85's going to clean him.
That's going to do it.
Basket.
Wow.
Man, you talk about changing your season for the better.
Yeah,
man, that is going to be an incredible finish for him.
That is crazy. The 01 did receive third put. Don't know if that was just the wheel.
That is the second time it's happened. He's been in battle for the lead and for the win, and he is disconnected. Oh, man, I think that 01 needs to go have a little talk with his service provider. That is insane.
Yeah, that is. I can't believe that. If I didn't see it with my own 2 eyes,
if
I
it
wouldn't believe
happened once, I'd be mad. If it happened twice,
I'd be furious. And look who finished top 5. Tom Giannini and Devin Sarah.
Look at that. Devin Sarah coming out of nowhere, getting that finish. Very well done by him. And Edward Bray still hanging in there. Nicely done for a top 10. Jamie Moore as well. Both those guys recovering from what happened. Going to get a top 10 here. Still a good strategy for the 27. Even though he got turned, still going to be able to get a top 10.
Well, unfortunately, we don't get to see it in the green. But as exciting as that was there, those last 2 green flag laps, I'm kind of glad, because if it got any more exciting, I probably would have just killed over right here. That was just great.
And just to let everyone know, with all the excitement that happened, the 23 back there, the 23 of Brandon Smith ended up clipping the back end of the 22 of Danny Rogers, and that is what brought out the caution.
Yep, and it looks like he's not happy. He's running that 23 up the track.
Yep.
They were warned about that kind of crap during the drivers' meeting, so oh well.
Yeah, just to highlight our leader real quick, Pete Baskins, the top finish for him so far this season has been 3rd at Charlotte. Besides that, he's gotten only 2 other top 10s. He has finished quite a few times at the back end of the field after bad luck, so this is a great turnaround for him. Going to be able to grab this win, and it's impressive. And look who's behind him, still has yet to get a win here, is the 98 of Sam Maxwell, but still getting these consistent finishes.
Yeah, definitely a good points day for Sam. A good points day for Atkins Jr. as well. That's going to just about leapfrog him over Robbie Baskins. Devin Sarah putting together a great points day as well. Tom Giannini having a good day to help his cause to get into the final or the top 8.
Yeah. Well, Mitch
wow.
Mitch Bowden, the 48, he was actually tied with Robbie Baskins after what happened in the 8th position in points. He'll move up there and secure him a spot for the time being as he gets the pass on Robbie there. We have 2 laps to go. These guys are cruising around the racetrack here. And you have to wonder what was going to happen there. Our leader spin, no caution. It takes a spin out back from the 7th position to bring it out. I almost thought we were going to race to the end. That was going to be incredible. But either way, the 3 of Pete Baskins doing a great job to hang in there. And the 44 couldn't quite get it done. But still an incredible race by Michael Atkins Jr.
Well, big props to that 27 to recover and still finish in the top 10. I don't know if you've already said that or not, but can't be said enough on a wreck like that.
That was a great recovery by the 27
yeah.
and the 66 as well, although the 66 was the cause of that. Either way, recovery by both of those guys.
White flag on the speedway, gonna pace around here at a blazing 60 mile an hour. Mile and a half to go until your winner is crowned here.
Yeah, to give you guys, we have one last lap. This race has been pretty great so far. We've completed 74 of 75. I apologize for not doing this sooner. We'll end with a total of 11 lead changes and 6 cautions for 24 laps by the end of it. Very well done by Pete Baskins, who's only going to lead 6 laps, and they were almost all under caution.
Yeah. Only
lap that matters is the last one.
Yeah, great effort for that 3 driver out of Port Orange, Florida. No, that's Jason Stewart. Never mind. Pete Baskins out of Freeland, Michigan. Baskin Vaughn's Motorsport going to bring that team its 2nd win on the season. Don't know what happened to I think it was Justin Vaughn who was running with us there for a while. Don't know what happened to him, or Jamie Vaughn. It was one of them.
Yeah, Jamie was here with us.
Yeah. So, well, for the final time tonight, the field's going to come off of turn 4. Pete Baskins is your winner here for the Driven Designs Kentucky 113. Checkered flag goes to the 3.
Yeah, look at that blazing finish we had. Very well done. We're going to have, I think, a lot of hurt feelings after this race by a couple of drivers, but completely opposite of that is our top 3. Although Michael Atkins Jr. didn't get the position he wanted, finishing in 3rd, Sam Maxwell in 2nd, and Pete Baskins your winner.
All right, coming back to the front stretch. Let's see if he's gonna burn him down. He does have a little bit of damage on the front end of that truck, so
yeah, I can tell you exactly where that's from. He decided to get a little friendly with the 89 of John Kennedy. I was watching them race early on, and he just completely smacked the back of the 89 John Kennedy, not going as fast as the 3 wanted him to. Oh man, still heartbreak for the 01 though. That,
yeah.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine disconnecting twice after being in the position to win.
I'll tell you what, he knows how to burn them down.
Yeah, he's getting it.
I'll get your results pulled up here in a second. All right, here are your unofficial results for the Driven Designs Kentucky 113 here at the Kentucky Motor Speedway. Your winner, number 3, Pete Baskins. 98 of Sam Maxwell came home in 2nd. Michael Atkins Jr. in 3rd. 4th goes to the 33 of Tom Giannini, and a little love tap from 48 for the victory bump. Devin Sarah going to round out the top 5. 48, Mitch Brown came home in 6th. Brandon L. Smith, Series or career best for the series, 7th. Scott Smith in 8th, Edward Bray 9th, and Jamie Moore going to round out your top 10. Nathan Little puts together a good effort for the 11th position. 12th went to Alan Young. Kevin Ming is 13th. Dominic Lee, 14th. Tim Knott in the 15th position. 16th went to Alex Geese. Stephen Trombley in 17th. John Kennedy, 18th. Marcus Tracy, 19th. And Seth Rawls rounds out your top 20. Jason Stewart started 21st, finished 21st. 22nd went to Jonathan Holstein. Danny Rogers gonna fall all the way back to the 23rd position after a little bit of contact with a fellow competitor there to bring out that last caution. Brett Matthews, a 69. Okay, I'm sorry, my microphone does not work when I need it to. I don't know where we were at on the standings. 25th, Brad Cross, your first truck. A couple laps down here, Lee Staples at 26th, 27th, Robbie Baskins, Jared Mogard, 28th, Andy Diablo, 29th, and Jim Foose brings it home in 30th. 31st, it goes to Hunter Poston. Sean Music, 32nd. Nick Kaufman, 33rd. 34th, Brian Chrisman. Chris Titus in 35th. And last but not least, going to be Steve Buhala in 36th.
Man, talk about good timing. We're going to move right on over to interviews. We have finishing in 3rd, the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. Hey, Michael, you got us?
Gotcha.
I know that probably wasn't the finishing position you expected or wanted, but still a great race by you. Led 10 laps on the night. Can you talk about that race for us?
It was Kentucky. Let's just say I didn't want the second to last yellow flag to come out because I was some 3.5 seconds ahead of Mokart and keeping the distance. And got lap 6. I said, go green, and then they hollered wreck. I was like, no. So, but that's a good finish all in all. I'll take it for a change.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, what was your reaction when you saw those leaders turn each other? I believe that was 27 and 66 get turned, and it looked like it was going to be trouble, but it stayed green.
I was just don't come up into me and trying to get woe down to go outside or inside, depending on where I saw the other cars going in the mirror. And luckily, 27 slowed up enough where I could scoot around on the outside and keep it going. And I saw it was going to keep green, and I knew Pete had it in the bag once he went around the inside because he got too far ahead of us with 4 or 5 laps to go there.
All right. Well, seen you a couple times up here in the booth. Always good to see you back here again. Solid 3rd place finish. You got anybody you want to give a couple shout outs to before we let you go here?
Yeah, the paint job. Ken Roos did the paint job. Thank him. Seems to bring me some luck here in the league. So I think I'll run it the rest of the year and string some a lot more top 5s. And wins really isn't that important until you get into chase and everything toward the end of the year. And we got a lot of ground to make up in points to make that happen. So just try to race smart and thank Jim Foose for everything he does in the league and everything else, and give a shout out to Revolution Motorsports for NIS team having me on. I'm learning a lot from them and growing as a driver, even though I was pretty fast with them. But all in all, pretty happy with J Foose Motorsports and everything else, and can't wait to try to make the chase.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming into the booth. We congratulate you on that 3rd place finish, and we wish you the best. We will see you in a couple of weeks, actually, at Eldora.
Yay, dirt track racing, my favorite. But yeah, we'll see you guys.
That's good to hear. Again, congratulations. And again, that was the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr., who actually qualified up front on the top spot, able to really hold the top 5 throughout the race, but just really bad luck at the end. wasn't quite able to get through with that caution coming out. And because of that, we have someone else that took second, and that was the 98 of Sam Maxwell. Hey, Sam, you got us?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to give you the mic because you can explain it best what happened there. I think for most of the race, it seemed you were pretty steady, moving up top 10, top 5. Talk about that.
Yeah, I had a top 5 car for the whole race and was going to be pretty happy with that result, but I made a couple bobbles on pit road and put me back a few spots. Fought back to get in, range of the top 5, and then right at the end, the two guys got in front of me and bobbled, and the door opened, and I managed to squeak right through it.
You actually misquoted that earlier. I want to correct myself. It was the 18 of Dominic Lee and the 27 of Jamie Moore who got into it towards the end of that race, and it didn't bring out a caution. What was going through your mind when that happened?
I was just hoping no one was going to get back by me, and thankful that I didn't get collected. Last week I got it pretty bad, and I had some ground to make up this week, and thankfully we managed to pull it off.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but the top 2 players in the point standings, Jim Foose and Brad Cross, both had big trouble here tonight. Did you ever notice that throughout the race, you being 5th in points?
I noticed Jim having trouble. I did not notice the leader or any of the other top 5 besides myself. I noticed that Devin did have a good run considering he started last and worked his way all the way back to the front. So he did a good job tonight.
Yeah, noticed that as well. Do you have anyone to give a shout out to after finishing second here tonight?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the family who's watching the race and say hello to everybody, and we'll see them soon.
All right, awesome. That was the 98 Sam Maxwell. Good run tonight, bud. I hope to see you back in here soon.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys. Look forward to being back.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck in a few weeks. You have a little bit of time off now until we go to Eldora.
Yeah, thankfully, I need the practice. I'm a rookie on the dirt, so we'll see how that goes.
I hear you. We wish you the best of luck, and you have a good little vacation here.
Thanks. See you guys. Bye.
And again, that was the 98 of Sam Maxwell, finishing in the second position. Very well done by him. I know that's not the finish he wanted as well, but either way, he was able to survive all of the wrecks that were happening early on and late into the race to finish second. And finishing in first, having a few mic issues. We'll see if he's got it ready, is the 3 of Pete Baskins. Hey, Pete, you got your mic fixed? I don't quite think so. He's been having issues as he got into the booth here. Pete finished in first after staying out. An interesting strategy there. It seemed he was staying out for waiting for a caution and was able to compete with the 66 of Edward Bray and the 18 of Dominic Lee for that spot. So it was an interesting strategy. I'm not quite sure. Unfortunately, Pete just doesn't have his mic working. We can't quite get to our winner.
I think he might have broke it yelling into it.
Yeah, he was so excited. He was yelling so loud. I can imagine that was an incredible race. Well, Pete, if you get your mic fixed in a minute, just let me know. But yeah, I'm just gonna go on about you, man. It was a great race for you. It seemed like you started pretty decently in the top 10. You were running 8th in qualifying, and throughout the race, it seemed you may have lost a few positions there. A little bit of yo-yo going on throughout the mid pack. But again, staying out with that strategy, I believe that was caution came out with about 20 to go, give or take. And you guys decided to bring it in, obviously having to. You weren't going to be able to make it on fuel. And because of that, man, I cannot believe that worked out for you guys. That was incredible. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Pete's going to be able to voice his opinion here, give a shout out. But Pete, we congratulate you on your win in that 3 truck, and we wish you the best for Eldora in a few weeks here. Well, Wes, I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it happens here. Sometimes your mic just doesn't work, and that's really unfortunate. But
Well,
either way,
I know all about that. He said he wants to say thanks to everyone. I'm pretty sure he wants to thank Basketball and Motorsports for putting that 3 truck together for him, and believe he had new era on the truck, so big thanks to them as well. If you know I'm correct here, but yeah, Katie, give us your final thoughts so we can go ahead and wrap this thing on up.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just checking in to see if Pete got it working. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he did. But yeah, final thoughts. Very simple. Incredible strategy by the 3 of Pete Baskins. Very well done. Really unfortunate for a couple of drivers towards the end there, including the 0-1 of Jared Mogard, who disconnected again after being in a winning position. So that's going to hurt, but I'm sure he'll bring it on back and try to win in a few weeks at Eldora. Not much else to say. Jim Foose, Brad Cross, both having issues here. So that'll be good for the guys at the back end of the top 5, trying to gain some positions, especially with the 98 of Sam Maxwell doing a great job there as well. So big shout out to them. And this will be good moving on to a dirt track.
Yep, first time the ASRS is going to visit the dirt track with these trucks here. In 3 weeks' time, we're looking to go live at about 9 p.m. Eastern on July the 18th for 75 laps around that beautiful dirt track there in Eldora. I know I can't wait for it. You think they're bumping and banging now on this asphalt? Just wait until we get to the dirt track. But looking forward. Let's go back to it. The Fast Lane Racing Dirt Derby at Eldora is what the race is going to be called. But we're going to go ahead and hop on off of here. I want to thank everybody for watching us. Hope y'all have a good, nice and safe 3 weeks, as we won't see y'all for another 3 weeks. But for Tony Knuckles on the 1s and 2s, Katie Reed, and myself, we are OCTV, and we will see y'all June 16th.